Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
One day, Iqbal and his friend went to the shopping mall to buy something.
Do you buy a hair dye?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you know what contains in this hair dye?
I do not know.
It is mercury.
Oh, thanks for the information, bro.
However, how much mercury in the hair dye will be harmful to humans' body? Without further ado, let's begin our case study about the hair dye.
Introduction. Mercury is a heavy metal that has been historically used in various products, including hair dyes. In hair dyes, mercury compounds such as mercury chloride or ammoniated mercury were commonly employed as a coloring agent due to their ability to produce vibrant and long-lasting shades. However, it is crucial to note that the use of mercury in hair dyes has significantly declined over the years due to its associated health risks. Mercury is a highly toxic and can be absorbed through the skin, inhalation, or ingestions. It can accumulate in the body over time and pose significant health risks. Some of the adverse effects associated with mercury exposure include damage to the nervous system, kidney problems, respiratory issues, skin irritation, and allergic reactions. As a result, the hair dye industry has shifted towards safer alternatives such as organic dyes, plant-based pigments, and synthetic colorants that do not contain any mercury. These alternatives offer a wide range of vibrant and long-lasting colors while minimizing the risk of exposure to toxic substances.
Problem statement. Mercury, often known as quicksilver, is a heavy metal that was frequently used as a preservative and pigment in hair dye. It was added to hair dye because it gave the hair a vibrant shine and helped maintain the color for a longer period of time. However, due to major health risks and safety concerns, many regulatory authorities throughout the world have banned the use of mercury in hair dye.
For the history, in the 1500 BC, Egyptians used henna to dye their hair. Greeks and Romans started dabbling in plant-based hair dye. After that, in the 1800s, first permanent hair color is created by William Henry Perkins by accident. He was trying to formulate a cure for malaria.
For the objective, number 1, to identify X in X chloride using gravimetric analysis. For the number 2, to determine concentration of mercury in hair dye sample.
So, how do we achieve our objective?
So, the method we use is gravimetric analysis. Firstly, we identify what the X element in HCl2 throughout the experiment simulation in LabSTEM. Based on our simulation, we know that HCl2 is magnesium chloride. Next, we need to determine the concentration of mercury in the hair dye. First, we prepare 100 ml of mercury to nitrate and 100 ml of magnesium chloride 1.0 molar in a 100 ml volumetric glass. Essentially, we mix the hair dye containing mercury with nitric acid to form mercury to nitrate. Then, when the two solutions are ready, we mix 50 ml of each solution in 250 ml beaker. In this reaction, we make magnesium chloride as excess reactant and mercury to nitrate as the limiting reactant to ensure that all mercury ions are transformed into mercury to chloride. This reaction forms a white precipitate, which is mercury to chloride. After obtaining the precipitate, we need to filter and dry it in the oven for 20 hours. Next, we record the mass of the precipitate using an analytical balance. With the obtained mass, we can conduct proper data analysis to determine the concentration of mercury in the hair dye.
The next part of our presentation, we have data analysis in which we will calculate the concentration of mercury in hair dye using gravimetric analysis. For example, we have 9 mm of hair dye. In 1 gram of hair dye contains 0.01% of it is mercury nitrate, and in 10 grams of hair dye, there is 0.0001 grams of mercury nitrate. First of all, we will write down its balanced chemical equation, which is mercury nitrate reacts with magnesium chloride to form magnesium nitrate and mercury chloride, which is a solid. The next step is to find moles of magnesium chloride and mercury using the formula N equals to mass over molar mass, in which the moles of magnesium chloride will be 0.0525 moles and mercury nitrate will be 3.08 times 10 to the power of minus 7 moles. Secondly, we will identify the limiting reactant by comparing the respective stoichiometric ratios, and hence by using the method, it was found that mercury nitrate is the limiting reactant. After that is to find the mole of mercury nitrate by using mole ratio between mercury nitrate and mercury chloride, for which the ratio is 1:1. And the mole of mercury chloride will be 3.08 times 10 to the power of minus 7 moles. Our final step is to find the mass and concentration of mercury. We calculate the mass by multiplying its number of moles with its molar mass, and we will get 6.18 times 10 to the power of minus 5 grams. We find the concentration of mercury by using the formula mass over volume, and we will get 6.87 times 10 to the power of minus 3 grams per liters. Since 1 gram per liter equals to 1000 ppm, our final concentration of mercury will be 6.87 ppm. There is high concentration of mercury in this hair dye. Hair dye should not contain more than 1 ppm of mercury, as too much mercury may cause damage to the hair and person.
In conclusion, we can conclude that exposure to mercury through hair dyes can have severe health consequences. Mercury is a potent neurotoxin that can damage the nervous system, including the brain, and can cause developmental delays, cognitive impairments, and other neurological disorders. It can also be absorbed through the skin and accumulate in the body over time, leading to a long-term health risk. So it is important for consumers to be aware of the potential risks associated with mercury-containing hair dyes and to choose products that are free from this toxic substance. So reading product labels and selecting dyes that are labeled mercury-free or mercury-safe is a prudent step to avoid exposure. In conclusion, the use of mercury in hair dyes poses significant health risks and has been restricted or banned in many countries. Consumers should be vigilant and opt for hair dyes that do not contain any mercury, prioritizing their health and well-being.
So, what can we conclude? So, based on our research, we found out that this hair dye sample contained excess amount of mercury.
We also know that excess mercury can cause skin irritation, kidney damage, neurological problems, and also can cause a pollution in our environment. So that's all from us. Thank you. Bye bye.